Oh, hello everybody. Look at me looking all crazy. All right, we're going to move some stuff around. Welcome to those of you that are showing up soon. Let me. Ooh, she getting crazy over here. Ooh. All right, I think that's good. Oh, good God. Hello. We are just waiting for my teacher, Miss Vivian DeJour, to arrive. Sorry for all the external noise there. She's going to show up and she is going to teach us how to do eyebrows because I never learned. Uh-oh. Hold on. I just lost the camera. We're going to try this. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes, do you like... Yes, Evan, I'm going to be a fortune teller tonight. Funny you should say that. I actually just booked a queen that is also a witch. And next month, one of the lessons that I'm going to learn is how to do candle magic. Yes. Yes, this is my Gloria Swanson meets 1980s. So, yes, so Miss Vivian DeJour will be here in just a couple minutes. And she is going to teach me how to draw on eyebrows and how to do a cut crease. Things that I should have learned but never did. Everybody's going to want to get their cocktails for this one. Look at me looking all crazy. No eye makeup, no eyebrows, but I got lips. Hello, everybody showing up. Let me know if you're here, who's here. Say hello. If you have any questions for me or Vivian, you can post them and I will see them. We are going live right now through not only Facebook on Shenanigans, but also through YouTube. And my streaming platform will let me know which one you are watching through. So there is that. So Miss Vivian, she late. Not good for a teacher on her first day. Coming to teach me. Just organizing the brushes. She told me the things that I needed to have ready. So that, so I'm getting those, my utensils, my school supplies, if you will. So, yes, we're getting those. And I will go through those as soon as she is here. We got some brushes. We got an eyeshadow palette. Goodness, they're making so much noise. We got some eyeliner. Keep watching. Uh-oh, here she is. All right, I'm going to add her now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Miss Vivian DeJour.
Hello, hello, everybody.
Hello, how are you? Look at us in our
I'm wonderful.
turbans.
I know.
Ooh, like just tuck this in. Go down. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, sort of.
Do I look
As
crazy?
good as you can do.
Girl, look at this is. Ooh, girl, I sort of have like an ET look happening right now.
Girl, same. I look like. Well, I can't say what I look like because we're in public now.
So, everybody, please welcome Miss Vivian DeJour. She is my teacher for the evening. Now, Miss Vivian, I think we should go through our school supplies.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing eyebrows and a cut crease.
Yes.
So the first thing that I do for my um, eyebrows, I always start with. For me, I always start with eyebrows because I find that I can get a better shape from my eyeshadows when I start with my
So you know where to
eyebrows.
draw within the lines.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So
Um.
I'd start with my NYX um, gel liner,
Okay, and I have the smudge
and
liner, but it pretty much does the same thing.
same,
Yeah.
yeah, and a very small angled brush.
Okay, I think I got one of those. Wait, I think I have a better one that's like that. Hold on. Oh, I do. Right
And
here. Look at
actually, I
this.
know we Oh, here we go. This one. This is
Like
the one I use.
this one?
Yeah, perfect. And then
Okay.
I also use a. I forgot to tell you because I wanted to make you look silly. I also use another small, like really firm brush. Here it is, right here. So that I
Uh,
can fill in because I use the angle brush to like draw the
oh,
lines, and then I just fill it in with this. It's easier to fill in with something small. Yeah, perfect.
okay. All right, we got those. Okay, so we got our angled brushes, and we
And
have
that's really all I
our.
use for my um that's really all I use for my eyebrows. I do use a flat brush like this one with my highlight to clean up my brows. So
Got
I
it.
can
Okay, I think I have one of those. Yep.
yeah, if I mess it up, then I can go and clean up the bottom of my brows
Mm-hmm.
to try to make them even.
And ladies, you always want to have a clean bottom. I see you also brought the most important school supply, which is alcohol.
Oh, yes. What is in your glass?
Bathtub gin and
Oh, great.
buble.
I have a Belvedere Cosmo that I made myself.
Oh, okay. We got 7 people watching. We got 2 hearts. Evan asked
All
if I was a
right.
fortune teller tonight. Oh, Edie's here. She's watching.
Hey, Edie.
So is your
I
volume
miss
turned
you.
up because it's playing back? I don't know if anybody else can hear it.
Um, yeah, my volume's all the way up. I don't have
Oh,
headphones
okay.
in.
Well, we'll just work through it. We're gonna work through it. This is remote learning. You had to deal with it earlier today, and now you got to deal with
I
it
sure
now.
did. I sure did.
Okay, so for the cut crease, you and I
Yeah.
decided upon the Brazil palette.
Yeah, she's gonna use her Brazil palette. I'm actually gonna use my the matte book by the crayon case.
Yes, and I'm gonna be using these
Excuse me, Corona.
3 blues here, and then of course the
Yep.
black.
And then I'm gonna use. Let's see, where's the thing? I'm gonna use these 3 blues up in the corner here.
Now you really like this.
Um,
What is this makeup company that you've been using?
so it's called the crayon case,
Yes.
right there. And they have a whole line of products. And I've tried a bunch of their products. I really, really like this palette, the matte book. They have a couple of other eyeshadow palettes. They have highlighters. They have contours. They have brushes.
I'm gonna have to check
They
them
have
out.
everything, and it's a great company, and it's a black owned business that kind of started from scratch. So
So you
you
know
know,
those
supporting
pigments are strong.
yeah, supporting those up and coming
Yes, ma'am.
makeup brands and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
And you know I like a theme, and they are themed straight through.
absolutely. So they have a
Yeah.
line of makeup wipes, and so all of their products are like school supply themed, and so their makeup wipes are called loose leaf, and they're like paper. The little wrapping is like a loose leaf piece of paper. I think it's so cute.
So Minnie Pearl Necklace said, "Oh my God, how was your first day of remote learning?" And then Dixie Ray said, "Hello, ladies. Wonderful to see you. Because we need to stay on top of our vitamin C. I think beer and tomato juice sounds just about right. I'll be right back."
Yeah, let me go get my beer and tomato juice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Um,
forgot to brush off this powder. Hold on.
remote learning was interesting for the first day. Um, I'm very hopeful that I don't have to do it for very long because nothing can replace being in the classroom.
Girl, I
Just
feel that way about being on stage. I love doing this. I think this is fun. I like this little thing. But girl, I cannot wait to be back where we belong.
agreed.
Okay.
So, and
Should
then
we
the
get
brushes
started?
for the brushes for the cut crease.
Oh,
that I
right.
talked about are
Okay.
supplies.
Yeah, let me pull
You
that
need a
out.
couple different fluffy brushes.
Yes. I got a few of those.
Cool. I only
I'm trying to find the
grabbed
camera. There it
one,
is.
but I have a couple.
Okay.
And then like a stiffer, flat-ish brush, and
Uh-huh.
then one fluffy brush to blend. And that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. And then that we don't. Oh wait, the angle brush was for the other. Okay.
was
So
for
okay.
eyebrows.
Got it. Okay. And this is the cup that I'm using to hold my brushes. You have a
Oh,
Ziggy
wait.
tattoo?
I'm s- I'm sponsored by Absolute Citron.
Yes, bitch.
So Absolute Citron, if you'd like to send me some money, I'll
Yes.
happily take it.
Okay. So I'm
Let's get
scared to get
started on this
started.
eyebrows.
Okay.
No, it's gonna be great.
Eyebrows.
Um, so this is actually a trick that you taught me. So we're starting with our gel liner, and I
Okay.
actually take some of my makeup brush cleaner, and I
Yes.
just spritz it
Yeah.
so that because
So sometimes it cakes up. Sometimes these from NYX or anywhere you get them, it cakes up. So what I found was using this brush cleaner, it loosens up the pigment and it kind of gives you. I like to put it in there, and then it'll loosen everything up so that you can actually use it. Because
yeah,
I've actually had to throw things out before I learned that because it showed up just solid. It was ridiculous. So
yeah.
okay.
So I'm just gonna take a little bit on your brush,
On the
and
angled
so a lot of
brush?
queens, yeah, the angle brush.
Okay.
I see a lot of queens like do this thing where they like where
Sure,
their
right.
eyebrows are. I don't I don't do that.
Okay.
I feel like because it just depends on where you hold the brush.
Okay.
Like if I hold it up here and mark, this side's going to be shorter than if I hold it here at the end of
Uh,
the brush and do it.
okay.
So either way, it's either going to be, it's going to be as close as possible. And remember, the thing about eyebrows is that they are sisters and they're not identical twins. Okay.
Okay.
So as long as
Okay.
they're close, that's all
Girl,
that matters.
mine might be in the same family. We'll see. So
Sometimes
anybody that knows me, I glue my eyebrows on. I find them in the scrapbooking section at Michael's. And I started that when I started drag because I could not figure out how to draw on my eyebrows. So I never learned. So Miss Vivian's going to teach me.
So when I start my eyebrows, I usually start just above where my natural eyebrow is.
Okay.
Um, and I try to line it up where the bridge of my nose, like if I were to extend a line up the bridge of my nose, that's why a lot of queens do this thing.
Okay.
Um, and I usually start there. And so what I do is I draw what will become the bottom line of my eyebrow, the bottom of my eyebrow, because that
So
gives
the
me the shape.
bottom line of your eyebrow is at the top of your natural eyebrow.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
right. And then I draw it. I usually try to draw it up. And usually for me, the way I like to draw my eyebrows, the highest part is usually towards the outside of my pupil. And then I like a long eyebrow. I bring my eyebrow all the way to my temple
Okay. Okay. Yep.
or just outside like the end of my eye.
So do you take the arch to where your natural arch in your eye, like my natural arch is like right here.
Yeah, I usually do.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. I think that'll be the easiest for me to do. Okay,
All right,
so
let's try
let's
one.
let's try that. Oh god, I'm scared. Wait, let me see how you do it.
Oh, here, I'll do it. I'll try to do it in the video. Girl, wait a minute. I might have to move my video so I can see. Wait, let me get my little mirror. That way I can do it this way. Can you see?
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Okay. And I do
Okay.
little small strokes. Giggity. There.
I like this. I like this look.
Your halfway eyebrow.
Yeah, I just look surprised.
So I take when I'm doing it, I take my eyebrow to the apex. That's a teacher term. I take it to the apex, and then I
Mm-hmm.
actually come back down. I don't go straight across. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm just basically following my actual eyebrow shape.
hmm
Okay, so
And then
do we do both bottom parts?
yeah. And
Okay.
when we do the top line, that's where you can get some more shape. So that'll determine how thick you
Okay.
want it, how thin you want it, how arched you want it on the top, things like that.
Which one are you talking about, Edie? Edie said Miss Norma Desmond has arrived. I think we're both hitting that. So,
Yeah, she's just jealous because we're coming for her look.
girl, if we were coming for a look, we wouldn't be drawing anything else on it. It would just be this one line.
Mm-hmm. And a white wig. I'm sorry, not white. What is it, Edie? Platinum?
Platinum. Oh, yep. This side is going to be a little off because that's always what happens.
Oh yeah, my eyebrows are so not in the same place. So, but that's
I
good.
think
I did that on
every
purpose.
queen has her side that she has difficulty with.
I
Um,
did it on purpose, so I can show you how to
mine
fix
is
it.
mine always turns out the way I want on the left hand side. The right hand side is the one that I always have a little trouble with.
For me right now, let's see if you can. I don't know if you can tell, but my right eyebrow is higher than my left eyebrow.
This one is this. Wait, which side is higher?
This side is higher than this side.
I can't really tell. I like this look. Just this thin
Mm-hmm.
pencil.
This with these eyebrows is very Norma Desmond.
Yes, yes. These are probably Muffy eyebrows. These are like, because I like to do that like 1920s like
Mm-hmm.
heroin eye and everything. Yeah, this would totally work.
So what I usually do if I draw one higher than the other, um, after I draw on the top line and fill it in, I go back in with some of my highlight foundation, and
Okay.
then I just clean it up and make the line higher. So I start at the
Okay.
bottom and
Uh-huh.
just make it higher.
Yep. Yeah,
Um,
so Vivian and I like kind of we started around the same time at the call. And so we did a lot of learning together as we went. And I went through a definite stage where I felt like anytime I messed up, I had to like just wash everything off and start over. And then I learned that all you got to do is just cover it up with more makeup.
yep. So the top, I usually try to just follow the same shape that I made.
Okay.
Excuse me, until the arch. And then when
Okay.
I get to the arch of my brow, I bring it back down and really thin it out as I get to the end. So it comes to a really sharp point.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Oh, hold on. I got a lot on here. There we go. Okay. Oh, still a
And
lot
for
on
me, I
there.
don't draw my eyebrows on too thick.
Ooh. Okay.
So like here, see
Okay.
how I
Do you? Oh,
uh where'd she go? Oh, fuck. Is she still there? Are you back? I don't hear you. You're on mute now. I can't hear you.
there. Is that better?
Oh, now I can hear you, unfortunately.
Oh God, remote learning is difficult.
So look, so see how this top line
Yep.
comes from here, goes up to the arch. Let me see if I can turn my head the right way.
So do you take the top line over just a little bit? Like, do you start it
Uh,
just a little bit over?
no, I start them as even as possible
Shut up, Edie.
because I can always go in later and move the top line over
Okay.
by
All
blending.
right. I'm gonna go for it. Here we go. Scared.
And then come down into the other line. Yeah, just like that. Mm-hmm.
My dog is barking at something. Oh, he's dreaming. Done.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Fish.
Fish. You can't say that now. It's illegal.
I know.
And then we do the other side.
Ooh, made that real dark. Okay. All right. Okay, okay. I see it for me if I squint. Shut up, Evan.
What do you say?
So, so they both laughed when the microphone dropped and everything went to hell. Edie said, "Here's where it gets interesting." Evan said, "Muffy, we can't hear you." Edie said, "Next on shenanigans." Well, she said next of shenanigans, but I think she meant next on shenanigans. Muffy learns how to tech. And then Evan said, "What's all that water you're consuming?"
First of all, it's definitely not water.
Mm. Okay, so we got the outlines drawn in.
Yes.
Now what?
Mine are not even, but that's okay.
Well, mine aren't really either, though.
And then I take, like I said, I found that trying to use the angle brush to fill it in just takes too long and it's too frustrating. So I use a small flat brush.
Yep.
And I just take a bunch of the product and I just smear it on there.
Smear it. All right, we're gonna smear.
And just fill them in.
Real men smear. Oh, I pierced the toast.
Mm-hmm. No, I just didn't ever realize that John Wayne walked that way.
Okay, let me see how you're filling in.
Oh, sorry. It's hard to do this in the
all right.
camera.
All right. So you do, we talked about this earlier, you do the ombre later.
Yes. So normally when I do my eyes, or my makeup just in general, I always start with blocking my brows and then putting on foundation, my skin matching foundation from my eyes up, and then I put my eyebrows on. That's the first thing I do. And then I do my eyeshadow and all that. And then I go back in when I do my highlight and contour for the rest of my face. I take my highlight and I put it in here where I would, where you would normally put your highlight, right here in the center of my forehead. I just go over the inside of my eyebrows, both to blend it out, because this right here is not cute, right? This little harsh line right here, it's not cute.
Sure.
So I go over with my highlight to kind of soften it up.
I feel like right now I kind of look like if Groucho Marx wanted to do drag.
Okay, let me see.
Hold on, I'm just cleaning up some lines.
I didn't fill in my other one. Hold on.
Yeah, this one up here got a little muddy.
I always find that the more you try to play with it,
I know, it's like this one over here is getting real big. I just look really surprised right now.
Don't do that. Just let it be, because you can fix it later.
Edie, I'm using brown for my eyebrows right now. We're gonna do more color in the cut crease. It's a NYX, it's the smudge actually, but whatever. Okay.
The other, so what I noticed about your right eyebrow.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. So it's real thick starting at the beginning, and it gets thicker. And what you want is the top line to come and be thinner.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's what I was saying. I totally smudged it. Yeah. Let's see if I can clean that up a little bit.
So what I would do is I would take whatever highlight you use on a little flat brush and then clean it up.
Would you use the highlight, or would you use your actual base color?
I normally use my highlight because I haven't done anything, because I've already put my base color on. So I use my highlight and then blend it out.
Okay. Oh. Oh, there she goes again.
Oh my god.
God. She's just... Every time I touch my computer and add myself. Come on. Here we go. Oh, she back.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let me, I'm going to go in and Muffy, your eyes look so tiny. That's because we haven't done the makeup yet, Rob.
Oh, Muffy. So the other reason I like this particular angle brush, not that one, this one, for my eyebrows, is because this is exactly how wide I want my eyebrows to be. So I can always check and make sure if my eyebrows are wide enough. Because I do like this. I take my angle brush and I just do like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's wide enough, and then I don't go any wider.
Okay. Yeah, these are the things. It's like figuring out. Oh God. The little tricks that work for you. Are always the best way to go. And I'm really
also I'm very surprised right now because my right eyebrow is higher than my left one.
You're just giving a little shady eyebrow. That's all.
I'm not shady. Shut up, Edie. So I'm gonna do the same thing that Muffy's doing. I'm gonna try to clean up my eyebrow and try to make them even. So for me, I'm taking my highlight foundation and just going underneath my brow to try to take some away.
And then of course I'm gonna have to go back in and fill this in correctly. Edie says she loves your earrings, Vivian.
Oh, thanks, Edie.
Oh, Vivian, Edie's here. Now you can say all those things you were saying before to her face.
You say that like I wouldn't say it to her, anything to her face to begin with.
Fair point.
This is the quiet time when we try to get his eyebrows together.
Right. Everything's like, okay, now we gotta concentrate, get it this evening. Okay, I have to say the best tip so far, and I know we're just starting, is the width of the brush being the width of your eyebrow. That really helps.
I find that, yeah.
Because if you can't get your eyebrows even at the same height, or whatever, that nobody actually notices except for you, at least you know that they are the same width.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, it's not great, but it's getting there.
The other thing that I hope everybody remembers is that, like, just because you learn something doesn't mean it's perfect the first time. So, like, this is no read to anybody, especially Muffy, because I will read her. But, like, she hasn't done drawing on eyebrows in a while. So this whole process is kind of new again.
And when I started, I really did the, like, pencil thin. Like, that was always my, like, go-to.
Mm-hmm. Now you got me second.
Hello to the 6 people watching. I know Edie and Evan are here because they have the biggest mouths. Anybody else watching, please say hi. Ask us any questions. Vivian's here. What?
Oh my god. The biggest fucking spider is crawling up my wall.
I knew it was a spider. I knew it was a spider. I was like, bitch, there better be a murderer.
Oh my god. Oh, shit.
Oh, she running away.
I hate spiders.
She loves nature. She loves nature.
Oh my god, that was the biggest spider
Girl,
I've ever
look at
seen.
this one eyebrow. This one eyebrow over here is like, what?
Oh my god.
I can do this
My
and then
heart.
even.
I killed it.
Did Brian come running in to save you?
Yes.
Was he going to shoot it?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm glad to know that. These eyebrows. I really hope that Bradley is watching this.
Let's see if I can. You got me messing up my own damn eyebrows talking to you.
Well, it's what I'm good at. Vivian, tell everybody where they can find you and what you're doing and all the places that you're performing.
Well, I'm not performing anywhere right now. And if you're performing someplace, then you need to reevaluate your life.
Girl, did you hear about the fact that people are getting fined, like bars are getting fined? I'm like, they're still open? Okay.
Who's open?
I don't know. Some bars were getting fined by the mayor. You know how she feels about that. She don't play. She got that clipboard.
So now that our
and maybe one day you'll learn how to like say what you want to say, Edie, and not have to go back and correct yourself. She over here trying me, and she can't even spell it right.
What did she say? What's she trying to say?
She said maybe one day I'll learn how to glue gems to my forehead. And then she said, "My." You better come correct. Oh, Judy said, hi. As I've aged, I am left with little to no eyebrows, so I'm loving this. So she is learning something. Yes. So Miss Vivian DeJour, she rocks the eyebrow paint. So
I've had to correct my eyebrows. And I
probably should a little bit. Hold on.
Now here's what I'll say too. So my eyebrows right now. Let's see if I can get in the camera right. They don't.
Did you clean up underneath too, or just on top?
I did both. Normally I don't.
Okay.
Normally I don't usually clean up on top. I just do underneath. But my left eyebrow was acting crazy, so I cleaned up. But when in doing that, I've really like thinned out my eyebrow, and so it looks kind of streaky and stuff like that. I'm not worried about that because we're gonna cover it with powder anyway, with some dark, dark brown powder, and it will all get cleaned up later on. So I'm not too worried.
I do see like how the highlight underneath looks really good. Bye, Edie. We love you.
Bye, Edie.
Okay, good. Now she's gone.
Okay, let me know when you're ready. We can move on to the Crease.
So tell me how you're feeling about all these queens putting out online content.
Well,
how do you feel about that?
They're trying to make the best of a bad situation. And
they're nice.
They're nice.
Okay. Yes, I see what you mean about putting the highlight underneath. Like, that really starts to shape it.
The other thing that it helps do is that when you start doing your eyeshadows, it acts as a way to blend up into your eyebrow. So you don't have to work as hard.
Oh, Judy said, she said, as a belly dancer, I love bright eyeshadow, so I'll be checking out the palettes you mentioned. Yes. BH Cosmetics, it's really inexpensive. I don't know how much the matte book is.
It's worth it. It's not that expensive. I want to say it's like $20, $20 or $30, but it's totally worth it.
That's not bad. Okay, so before we start the cut crease, I'm gonna run and just
Refill. Okay.
refill. I'll be right back. So Vivian, you talk to them about things,
Hmm.
preferably me.
Okay, good. Now that she's gone, we can talk about me. Norma Desmond, please leave. I'm giving you more like a glamorous Miss Cleo right now. Call me now for your free read-in. Um, I don't know if you all are commenting or not. I can't see any of the comments on this platform. Um, so I hope everybody's doing well. Let's see how this cut crease works out. If you couldn't tell, we're going to be doing some blues today. We're going to do a nice cut crease. I don't know if we're doing a wing or not. Um, I hope not, but we'll see. She's back. Hooray. Your eyebrows
What?
don't look bad.
No, they're turning out. I have. It's gonna take me a second to get used to them, but they're getting there.
I would say it looks like your right eyebrow is longer, like closer to your temple, than your left one. I wouldn't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Yep. This one, this one is higher too, but well, once you get eyelashes on, it won't matter.
No, they're like this.
Yep, that is the lesson we have learned. Don't spend too much time on your eye makeup because you go put on those lashes and it covers it all up.
Yeah.
Mm. All right, here we go. All right,
All right.
we're moving on to cut crease. Yes, you're gonna need that
Yes.
sip.
So for my eyeshadows, no matter what I'm doing, I always use this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer.
Okay,
Um,
I have the NYX eyeshadow base.
so here's what I'll
Uh,
say for you with the eye with that particular um, eyeshadow base because I've used that.
right.
Um, I would wait to use that because this
Okay.
um, like you know how that one has like a pigment to it. It's either white or tan or
Right.
whatever. This doesn't have any pigment to it. It's just a primer. Um,
Okay, I
and
will be
I
ordering that
use my
tonight anyway.
and for me, I use my foundation like you would use your NYX primer. Yeah,
Okay, so use that instead of the primer.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can use the primer. Um, I would say the lesson I learned with that particular primer or that eyeshadow base is that you really have to blend it. Less is more with that. Like put it on
Yes,
and
it's
then
it's
really take a beauty
actually
blender.
it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's why I stopped using it.
Yeah. All right, I need to clean off a
And I'm
brush
gonna go
here.
ahead and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put my primer. And when I put my primer on, I put it all the way up to my eyebrow, my natural eyebrow, or wherever I stopped my highlight underneath my drawn eyebrow.
Got it. Okay. Oh, I found. Oh, look at this. I found a brush. So, have you been
Good.
watching
I don't
anything
know if
spectacular other than Tiger King? Because I'm not watching that.
you need to watch it.
No,
No,
it can't. No, I don't
I
want
haven't been
to.
really watching anything. Oh, so see, this eye has my primer on it,
Uh huh.
and you can't even really see it.
Okay.
Are you using the NYX?
No, I'm using my base, and for my
Okay.
base, I use Ben Nye. I'm a theater queen through and through. There were some NYX foundations that I really liked, but for some reason NYX likes to wait until something's really popular and then get rid of it.
Uh-huh. For real. Like I had some old stuff that I really, really liked from them, and now I can't
Hmm
find it.
They had a great, and I only have like a little bit left, and I don't remember what it was, but it was their full coverage foundation, and it was really good, and they stopped making it. And I liked it because it was a liquid and not a cream, and so it didn't
Mm-hmm.
feel heavy.
Yeah.
That's the thing about NYX. Or I'm sorry, Ben I. It works really well, and it was designed basically for performers, but it's heavy.
Yeah. It's so heavy.
It's fun to watch the eye actually take shape, and we
Mm-hmm.
haven't even really done anything yet.
So now we go in.
Do
I
you
can't.
do
It's hard.
any primer underneath?
I
I
don't.
sometimes do that. Okay, no.
I don't.
Okay.
Because I don't usually. I don't draw. I don't usually take my color underneath my eye.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I find that because my lids are so hooded and I have to draw it so
Yeah.
far up, it makes me
Yeah.
look weird when I have the color
Okay.
underneath. So normally, what I do, I just line my lower lash line with some black eyeliner and call it
Okay.
a day.
Okay. Yes, I also have a very hooded eye, and it took me a long time to figure out how to get past that.
All right, so for this cut crease, we're gonna take whatever the lightest blue you have in your palette,
Okay.
and you're gonna.
So again, I am using the BH Take Me Back to Brazil palette,
Yep, and I'm using the notebook
and
from the crayon case.
I think the lightest. These two blues are really similar, but I
Go
think
with the
this
one
one
on the
is the
top.
lighter of the two.
Go with the one on the
Okay, you
top.
want to? Okay, all right. And which brush am I using for that?
A super big fluffy brush. I'm using this one.
Okay, then I'm going to use this one.
Perfect. And then
Okay,
load it up. And this is the
all right.
part that doesn't matter at all. All you want to do is do it all
Okay, I love that part.
wherever you yeah,
That's
wherever
pretty
you
much
put
how
the
I do all
primer,
my makeup.
wherever you put the primer, that's where you want to put it. So all over your lid, and then up, not all the way into your um, eyebrow,
Okay.
kind of like you're
But do
doing
I take it up into the highlight or no?
just to the bottom of where the highlight was underneath the
Got it.
brow, because we're gonna blend, and so you want to have some place to blend to.
Got it.
And don't do
Now,
like these.
people should be prepared that your whatever you're using will, well, for me, maybe not for you. But for me right now what I'm finding is that my foundation is transferring into the brush.
Oh, that means you need to take when you do it, take a beauty blender and blend it down till it's almost
Blend
nothing. The
the
foundation.
foundation. Okay. So in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Now yes, I can already see a difference. You and I were talking about this earlier, how I sometimes forget to put down a primer for the eyeshadow. And so I don't get this
So
vibrancy that
you
I always want.
that's perfect. And you don't want to go too wide because we're going to be going on the outside later on
Okay.
with the darker blue. So you don't want to go too wide, just like kind of up and around, kind of like a circle almost.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so I have got it.
Mm-hmm. And then the same thing on the other side,
So
obviously.
I wish that these places, because there's like 3 to 5 colors in this palette that I really love, and I wish that they sold them separately.
Mm-hmm.
So hard to be a drag queen. We have important things to worry about.
Exactly. Now, don't be like one of these damn YouTubers that just dip their brush one time and then all of a sudden it's
Right?
magic and
They're like, I
they
love
have
it when
all of the
they're
pigment.
like they say this. They're like, we're gonna use this color and just tap tap tap, and then it turns out like this. I'm
I
like,
know.
no,
No. No, we don't do that. We don't play those games. So the other
we don't
reason
edit. We're doing this live.
So the other reason that I do my eyes first that I started doing is because of fallout. So I didn't have to worry about fallout. And
Right.
everybody's like, "Oh, well, you should just powder on your cheeks." Well, I have really dry skin, and so when I powder, my makeup starts to crack. So I have to use very little powder on my highlight and contour, like on my cheeks, because they start to crack. So when I do my eyes first, if there's fallout, it doesn't matter. I take a makeup wipe, wipe it all away, and then start with my highlight and contour regimen.
Girl, I am serving up some 1920s right now. Oh wait, hold on. Always this one side. So it took me a while. Pardon me. It's the vid. Um, it took me a while to realize that one side that you have to do corrective makeup. No matter what you're doing and who you are
Oh,
and how
absolutely.
beautiful you are, you have to adjust one side over the other because nobody has a symmetrical face. And what I like to do is I have to relax my actual like eyes to see where everything is falling because we talked about the hooded,
Mm-hmm.
just to see where the evenness is.
So after I've got all of that on, I take a sort of clean fluffy brush
Mm-hmm.
and I just go over the edges
To
like
blend.
this. Yep.
Okay.
And I don't blend too much because I can always go back and do more.
But it's just to soften the edges.
Right. And I don't want to blend too far. Because what I find is that if you have your eyeshadow, for me, the aesthetic that I really like is kind of natural girl kind of look.
Oh yeah,
So if
me
you
too.
take your, it, girl, I'm over here looking like Keisha Fabo right now.
Stop it. So
You
when
know
you're
what I'm
blending, because I actually do this when I'm doing a what do I want to say?
smoky.
Yes, the smoky eye. I actually blend out along the line. You don't blend up. You kind of like you're just softening the line. And anybody that's taken an art class, you kind of know when you're
Yeah,
working with chalks and stuff like that. You're blending to soften the line, not actually blend it out.
exactly. Because what I like to do, like with this one, what I might do is take like a white after we're done and
Okay.
then blend that into the top of this just to give it a little
Yes.
bit something extra.
Yep.
But I usually do that at the end.
Okay.
But you have to have some place to go. And I like to have space between my eyebrow that I've drawn and where my eyeshadow ends.
I feel like I'm serving up the Rescuer's Medusa right now.
Oh yeah, all you need to do is take off your eyelashes.
That's me usually right after a show when I get in the car. That is the first thing that comes off. I'm like, oh.
So I don't know. This is such bad lighting in here. Why did I? Oh, that's better. So you can sort of see, especially on this side, how I've got the
Mm-hmm.
blue here, and then there's a lot of space here between the arch
Yeah.
of my brow. I
So
like to keep a
I
lot
didn't
of
do that.
space.
Should I take white and go down and kind of blend it down?
You can always take more of your highlight foundation and just go over it if you want more space.
Okay. I'm going to do that.
This is actually the look. I don't even need to do a cut crease with this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had just got off the phone with Asha Water from Quantum Believe because each phone and she had say, I got some juicy gossip for you. And I said, what's the deal? What's the deal? Tell me, what's the deal?
Okay, I'm actually gonna go. So I'm gonna go back in to soften this with a sponge.
Yeah, for your foundation, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Okay, I see it. No fucking way. Who the fuck is he fucking now?
Some bitch named Dale Trees.
What?
Some bitch named Dale Trees.
Excuse me, my name is Deltrice. You better get out of here with that My Little Pony weave looking in your hair. How many My Little Ponies do you have to kill? Oh, she ran away. She a dumb hoe.
Ooh, you let her have it, and you tore her a new booty hole.
I like this. This is already, like, I see this. This is cute. Like, I've
Like
already
you
gotten
ready?
some really good tips um, that I'm definitely going to use in the future. Because we were talking earlier about how, like, we all get into what our kind of iconic look is, what people expect. But you should be able to play and feel comfortable playing within those confines.
Yep. Agreed.
And anybody that tells you different is wrong.
Leave the eyebrow alone.
No, it was starting to. There we go. I had to fill it in.
Okay. Another thing that I like to do, the reason why I like to do my eyes first is because on the when I'm doing this look, nope, this way. So on the outside, I often get like little extra down here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I don't have any makeup on already, when I go in with my foundation and highlight, I can really make this a really sharp line right
Mm-hmm.
here. And then that
Mm-hmm.
helps me to do my eyeliner later because then I've got a line that I can follow that's going
Okay.
to now be even. For
So
today, it doesn't really
what do
matter.
you do the line with?
Well, I usually do it with my full coverage foundation, whatever I have on.
Okay.
But for now I wouldn't even mess with it. Is not that
Okay.
important. If you want to, because for me I like my whole face to be like up this way.
Yes, I'm the same. Yes.
And so if I have my eyeshadow coming down like this, it makes my whole face look kind of
Yes. And I already
weird.
have my eyes already like slant down, so I like to take them up.
So that's what I would do for you is I would take that either highlight or foundation and just like bring it
But
up
not
like
until
this.
the end, or do it now.
I would do it at the end. Well, this is all kind of new for me too because, like I said, normally I don't have my highlight and stuff on, so I always
Right.
do that after I've done my eyes.
Mm.
Have you powdered your highlight and stuff?
No.
Okay,
Should I
good.
do
So
that?
then you can go back with your highlight. So I would you could go back if you want to do it now. You could go back with your highlight, and actually, I might do that too. Actually,
Okay. But you do that with a smaller brush?
no, I do it with my beauty blender.
Oh, you're doing it. You're doing powder.
No, it's high. It's a stick, and I
Oh,
just
okay.
take it up this way, just to give me some more angular, and just go over the powder that I put down. And just for everybody out here who's watching, don't come in and tell me I'm doing it wrong. I am not a makeup artist. This is how I do it. I don't need your comments. If you don't like it,
Listen, we've only gotten positive comments. People love us. As well they should.
I'm just saying.
So you're using your cream highlight.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I just beauty blend it up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I see it.
And if I need to, I can go in with a brush, but I usually don't need to. I can usually just create that line without.
I have some brush. I have a brush that I think I'm going to use. We'll see. Hold on. Now, Vivian, you are not a fan of this kind of shiny highlight that a lot of the younger queens are using.
No, the shimmer.
Yeah.
I it's not my favorite thing. I do it sometimes, but very, very little. Um, I do not like to look wet,
Right.
and so um, if I was going for that kind of look, I might do more, but I
And I think
primarily
it
don't.
works for, like you said, for certain looks. For certain looks.
Yeah, yeah. And at the end of the day, you really just need to find what works for you. What do you like on your face? Because what somebody does on their face may not look good on you.
Right. And
So,
so, like, especially people that are just starting out, it's just important to play.
hmm I think one of the things that made us really lucky is that we had a really good core family of people that we could lean on, and I could trust you and everybody else in our family to say, "No, girl, don't do that.
Well,
That's not
and
the
I
key,"
think, I
or be
think
and be
also,
encouraging.
yes. Also, like, when we would read each other, it would be funny, but it would also be one of those, like, okay, I'm going to take that criticism back and try and do something with it.
Right.
We also were lucky because we kind of started before the craze of RuPaul. Like
Yeah, we
it was
started.
like I started definitely before RuPaul even was like around. Well, not around, but before RuPaul's Drag
Girl,
Race
how
was.
old are you?
I know, right? Well, I was the one to evict Adam and Eve.
Right. You said I'm
Um,
Lilith.
right. um, but we were lucky enough that it wasn't like all these, no offense, all these armchair drag queens that try and read queens but they've never been on stage in their life, sort of
Right.
thing. Like once you're there, then we can talk.
hmm Okay, you
So
ready
yeah,
for the next
we
step?
kind of started where it was okay to experiment and figure out where you were going and what you were doing instead of showing up and having to be pristine.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing I do is I search around for my brush that I need. There it is.
Okay.
And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some highlight and we're gonna do
Okay.
the crease. And I usually take where the fuck is my highlight? Here it is.
Wait, turn towards the camera so we
Um,
can see.
I take my um, highlight and I start for me, and a lot of queens don't do this, but I feel like one, it gives me a unique look because I paint my eye a little bit different. So what I find is that a lot of queens will take when they do like a cut crease, they'll take the dark and they start in the corner of their eye and they take the dark
Okay.
all the way around like this.
Mm-hmm.
I, for my face, like to start here with my highlight and make all of this the lighter color, kind of like a nude.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, so
And
I'm
that's
gonna
with the
do a,
highlight cream.
yeah, I use a liquid, but you can use the cream
Okay.
if you want to.
Okay.
So here, let me see if you can see. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I can see too. So I usually start right where if my eye is closed, right where my top eyelid is,
Okay.
and I start to carve out where I want that crease to be. And I don't take it all the way to the end of my eye. I usually go about halfway, and then I fill all of this in here
Okay.
with my foundation. So I start creating that crease, that difference between the blue and what is going to become like a natural type color.
Blue is a
And like I
natural
said, I take it
color.
about halfway, maybe a little over halfway.
Okay.
And once I get to the top, I kind of straighten it out. I know it's hard to see, but like I take the line. Let me see if I can do this. I take the line here, starting in the corner by the bridge of my nose, and I take it up. And as I get to the center of my eye, I make a straight line for me, because
Okay.
that's what looks better on my eye. And then I usually will take my beauty blender or my finger sometimes, and I just kind of pat it down to blend it just a little bit.
Okay. So for me,
And
of course, like everybody's different. I use my orbital bone. It's very pronounced in my eyes. I always use
yes,
it
that's
as a
exactly what you should
guide.
do. Yep, I take it underneath, yeah, right in that orbital bone, just underneath the eyebrow, my natural eyebrow.
Yep, I can already see the eye taking shape.
And so if you're doing this, you're actually putting the foundation above your natural eyelid and on your light eyelid.
Right. Oh my god, I'm really after the I didn't realize how much highlight you actually use.
Yeah.
I am definitely gonna have to order some. Or go to the corner store and get some CoverGirl.
And again, like this part, really, the accuracy only needs to be in the line that you create and not where the highlight ends, like in the middle of your eye. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that top line, the one that's closest to your eyebrow, that you want that to be sharp, and then you blend it out towards the side of your face into the blue.
Now you said you take a beauty blender to kind of help this.
Yeah, I take a beauty blender just to blend it into the outside color. And I think
Okay.
it's important too to note that like you can do this with any color. It doesn't have to be blue. If you wanted to do a nude eye, you would just take instead of the blue shadow, the light blue shadow that we use, you would take something that's like a light version of your skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, what I use when I do a nude is I use a copper color because it looks really good on my skin, and for whatever reason, it looks real natural. So I use a
So
copper color.
again, it's important to play with what looks good on your skin.
Right.
Okay. Yes, I'm seeing it. Okay.
I'm sorry you guys can't see me do it. You know what? Let me see if I can move my camera just a little bit.
Dixie Ray said, "It's so sad. So many young ones forget that there was drag before Drag Race. Honey, they don't forget. The fact is that they don't even research to realize that there was.
They don't know that there was drag before Drag Race.
It's important to remember that RuPaul never won Drag Race to make it.
Hello.
Oh, I got a ring here.
I thought this would be too low, so I didn't want to do this, but this is actually okay.
I can already see this has already started to create more of an almond shape. to my eyes,
Yes.
which is always what I have wanted.
Let me see.
It's already starting to lift my eyes up.
I would do even so like on mine, you can see like a difference in the color between where I put
I
my
think I might have
found.
to actually use some white powder, some white
I
eyeshadow
wouldn't.
to,
Mm,
because my highlight I don't think is that much of a
here's
difference.
what we'll do. Don't do it now, but I have a solution for you
Okay.
for later.
Okay.
My difficulty in this part is always making sure that the shapes are even,
Mm-hmm.
and I constantly am going back and forth and fighting it when I could just leave it because nobody gonna notice anyway. Okay, ready for the next?
Yep.
All right, so um, most of the time I know you probably shouldn't do this. When I take the same brush, I just wipe off as much of the blue, the light blue, as I can.
Okay.
I usually use
Let
a
me,
little bit of my
I gotta
brush
find it.
cleaner, and just instead of dirtying a new brush.
Yep. I don't remember which one I used.
It don't matter.
Oh wait, here it
You don't have
is.
to use
Okay.
the same one.
Okay.
And then you go in with the middle blue, whatever
Okay.
middle blue you have. That's not the
Now,
darkest.
using the brush that was the I don't care brush, is that the one we're using?
The
Like,
whatever you. No, no,
yes.
no. I use
When you said you could
the
get it
blue one,
anywhere, yes, that's the one.
the blue one,
Yeah.
not the blending brush, but the one we use to
No.
put the blue on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This was the brush that you said when we were putting on the original blue. It was the blue that didn't matter. You could just get it
Exactly.
kind of
Just
anywhere.
put
Yeah.
it on there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So
And
middle
then we're
blue.
gonna start from the outside corner,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna go on top of that blue, but you don't want to go up into. So if you think of your eye shape right now in like three parts, so we have this part that's the top like crescent blue, then we have
Uh-huh.
the outside here, and then you have where we put the foundation. So you want to take the blue on the outside corner
Okay.
and then bring it in to the foundation. And what I do with this medium color is I start to create the shape on the outside. So if I want a little bit more of a point, that's when I start creating this point. If I want it to be round, I
Okay.
start to do it round. I find for my face that round is better.
Okay, and I definitely need to have the angles of it going up.
So see how like I've taken this
So are
and
you
I've
just
put
doing?
it.
Okay, you're doing half the eyelid. All right.
Yep. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take that lighter blue and blend it a little bit more. And then
Okay.
we're going to blend that closer to the corner. And then we're going to take some white and put it right in the corner.
Got it.
So for you, I wouldn't go any wider. I would just put it where you have the light blue and go in towards your nose rather than out towards your temple.
Okay.
Because what we're doing now is creating some depth and dimension.
Mine just looks like a lot of blue, but we'll go back over that. I mean, I can see it in the light here, but it's not really showing up here as much. But I can see it here.
Excuse me.
No.
Oh, another tip, something that I start to do is when I'm putting on the blue, this middle blue, I start to look at the shape of my foundation that I have, and I start to make this kind of a point. So it comes up to a point. So I take the blue not only straight down, but I also
Mm-hmm.
take it a little bit in
Okay.
so that when I open my eye, this part is what you see as the
So, but
foundation.
you take the blue onto your eyelid and bring it over to the point.
I don't bring it all the way because I want this part of my lid right here to still be the foundation color, the
Okay, but you
highlight
bring
color.
it over just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Again, because when you do that, you're creating like an angle like this with the blue,
Uh huh.
and so that it's now it looks like your eyes, your eyelid, your new eyelid is going up and out.
Yep. I see it.
And then sometimes you go too far and you just have to go back with a little foundation, like I just did. And it really, honestly, it doesn't really matter because we're gonna blend all this together. But it's nice to get the shape that you want
Mm-hmm.
established, so that when you go in with the darkest blue, you know where to put it and you don't go too far. I have all of this fallout right underneath my eyes that I don't want.
Hi, everybody that is here. The I don't care brush. Dixie Ray said. Yes. So, Vivian is teaching me how to do eyebrows, to paint them on, and to do a cut crease. Now, you can't tell right now as much as you can on hers. Um, she actually has a lot of definition, but she's going to teach me how to go back in and fix uh my definition so that you can see it a little bit better. I can see it in my mirror, but it's not really showing up on here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right. So then, you're gonna go in with another fluffy brush to the darkest
Okay.
blue.
Uh, a new one, a clean
A
one,
new one,
correct?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would do a new one.
And for anybody new that's joining us, we are using the BH Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and she is using the
The matte book from the crayon case.
which I will be ordering tonight. I'm doing I've been doing some like little uh, hamburger Mary's drive-through drag sort of things, and that's what my money is going to. I need new highlight, new lashes, and a new palette.
So for this darkest blue, you want to
Mm-hmm.
do it just on the outside
Okay.
because you don't want to cover up all of the blues.
Okay.
We're gonna blend them
So do you
together.
take it down just a little bit into the corner of your eye and then bring it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, so like here, I actually don't want. For me, I don't like it down here. I like it to end right at the where my lash line. Like if I were to extend my lash line out this way, that's where I like it to end. But because of fallout and whatnot today, it's just happening. So
Oh, I
we're
like
gonna
this
go
blue.
with it.
Uh-huh. Now, are you bringing it up and around like this? Are you doing a
No,
crescent?
a small crescent.
Okay.
So the crescent goes from. See if I can do this in the from where my highlight is here, and it comes down around my eye like this.
Okay.
So just this outside part.
I love in this camera, it's just yours is like beautifully gradient and mine is blue.
Mhm. And like I said before, it's more about learning the technique, I think, than anything else because everything comes with practice.
Right.
And so, like, I have, after doing this for so long, because this is like my favorite eye to do for me, after doing it for so long, I've learned how much product to use, when to stop, when to blend. Like, it's just like almost second nature for me now. The other reason, again, I like to do my eyebrows first is because I don't go beyond my eyebrow, the end of my eyebrow with my eyeshadow.
Okay, and that's a good tip. Oh, I found a new favorite blue.
So these eyebrows are not cute.
Yeah, mine either. But I usually just paste mine on. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take I guess a new fluffy brush because why not? And just a little bit of the blue, the lightest blue,
Uh huh.
and I'm gonna start to blend in a little bit more towards the center of my, but just a little bit, and then blending all of those other colors together. So using the light blue to blend all of those colors together. And I haven't gone too much farther in with the light blue because I still want this nude here close to my the bridge of my nose. And then we're going to start defining the crease a little bit more.
See, now, normally I would probably do this with. I think once I get this down, I'll probably do this with like three defined colors. Like I like a yellow at the middle. I'd probably do green in the at the center and then blue on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you could do any one of those. You can
Yeah.
change the colors however you want. So if you were going to do that, here's what I would say. I would do like we did with the lightest blue. I would start with yellow, put yellow all over,
Yeah.
then do the crease, then go in the middle with your green, and then on the outside like we did with the blue, with the dark blue,
Yes. Yes.
and then blend
Definitely.
them in this way,
Yeah.
but don't take it all the way into the
Now
into the
I'm
nose.
liking this in again in the mirror. I can see this. It's very Norma Desmond, very 1920s, which of course I love. Um,
All right, so you want to take a fairly small, flat-ish brush. Let's use this one. So I got something like this. Is it focused? Can you see?
yes. Okay. Uh, I think I have one of those ish. Okay. All right. I think this
And
will
I'm gonna
work.
go in with the black, or in black. No, not black. With the darkest
Oh.
blue,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start in the corner of my eye where my highlight foundation is, and I'm gonna follow the line right between the highlight and the blue that we created.
Okay.
And I'm gonna follow it all the way around with this flat brush. And then I'm going to blend it as I get towards the end of it.
Are you blending it up?
I'm not yet. All I'm doing is blending it out to the darkest blue on the outside, and then
Okay.
I'm blending just a little bit because we want to keep that sharp line because that's what's going to give us the crease. And then you can always go back in with your foundation and define that a little bit more. That's what I like to do. And I'll usually go back in with another fluffy brush and the lightest blue and just go over top of that to blend the top of that line just a little bit.
Okay, I'm seeing the shape. Okay.
And like for me, like my eyes right now, I'm not really a fan. I need to go in with a little bit more of my highlight. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of my highlight and a little flat brush and really sharpen up that line where we put the darkest blue.
Okay, right now here, all we're seeing is blue on Muffy. It is definitely Bread Quanda. So I'm going to go back in, like you were suggesting, with the highlight.
You can even use the white if you have a white.
I do have a white.
That might be good too.
Actually, hold on.
Because then you can go in with a white.
So were you saying that the white would be superior to the others? I'm so canceled right now.
You're already canceled.
Girl, I don't know how I've made it this far. They're like, oh, she's still producing shows that actually pay us? Okay, we're going to let that slide. Okay, so we're going to go back in kind of with this fluffy brush. So the white, I should go back in and do the to halfway and the straight line up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. And then we're going to go back with the kind of a beauty blender.
Mm-hmm.
And blend that out. All right. Done.
Yeah, that's nice.
And this is actually, so everybody knows this, I'm using the NYX Cosmetics Smudge Liner in white. And I like the smudge liners because I feel like they blend really well. But again, just, you know what, you gotta use what, you gotta practice and use what works for you. Okay, now I'm seeing.
So right now, all I'm doing is taking a fluffy brush with a little bit of the lightest blue and kind of blending out that line that was in the middle of my eye that I created after I went back with the highlight.
I think I had a really light blue that I loved. Wait, hold on. I think it's in my travel case. So Vivian and I actually started travel cases because we were both kind of touring a lot. And so we were like, oh, well, let's take a kind of like the makeup that we don't use a lot. We'll take that on tour. And then the pandemic happened. So thanks for that, everybody.
Thanks, Rona.
Yeah. Yeah, Rona. So now I'm like remembering the things that I actually had that I use. No, not that. I had a really light blue that I enjoyed. Oh.
Don't use a light. Use white. If you have a white.
Oh no, I was just going by like what you had just said about the light blue.
Well, because here's what I would say about what you have right now is it looks really, really good, especially with the white. So
Mm-hmm.
I would go in with a white powder
Oh, okay.
over where you put your white and use that to blend what you already got. In fact, I might put some white powder on.
I don't think you can say that.
I just did.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. You can say whatever. Yes. I'm already seeing this. This is like kind of a severe almond eye, which I really like.
So you convinced me to go and put some. So look at the difference, and I don't know if you can really see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I've got white on this eye, and this one is kind of a nude.
I actually
I
want to
like.
go in kind of with a brush. There we go. I like that this video has just basically turned into us playing. I hope people are learning things. Judy said those are gorgeous blues.
For who?
Thank you. We're
You?
both
Or
using two different palettes. Both of them, I would say, have really strong blues, which are nice.
yeah.
Okay, wow, that really made a difference.
So I take the
Okay.
white or the lightest color, whatever the lightest color you're going to use,
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
I
go in
kind of
with
put it
white.
maybe about the first quarter of my eye, starting with my nose. So I take it in about a quarter, and then I blend it with whatever the main color is. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I definitely think with my skin tone, because we've talked about this before as well, is that I feel with my skin tone, it eats up a lot of color because I'm so pale. I also have a lot of pink and peach in my skin, so it also it'll neutralize a lot of colors. Um
But
so
using that white
this
helps.
it's completely yeah. It yeah. And
So
I
one of the
see it
things I
more in
notice,
the mirror here
I can see
than I
it.
do on screen, but
So
yes, if
one
I
of the
do
things I see
this.
about your eye that I see a lot of queens eyes, your shape kind of goes like this. It goes up and then comes back down like this, rather
Uh-huh.
than like rather than round. And
Okay.
so I would say if you try this again, really try to get the round when you do the lightest blue, when that first one, and don't go so high in the center.
Take a look. So I love Dominique Diamond because she, first off, is monochromatic, and makes it work. And her shapes on her eyes are so sharp. It's actually easy to follow. It's almost a makeup tutorial in its own.
Dominique Diamond or Dominique DeGrand?
I'm sorry, Dominique Devereaux. What you gonna say?
Yeah, that white is better with this blue. And then, so I take a really, really small brush.
Mm-hmm.
I can find my one that I normally use. Of course, I can't. Don't know where it's at. This is it. Well, this is the one I'm going to use. And I use just a little bit of black, and I go. Oh, here it is. Here's the one I normally use. And I go just along that white, between the white and the crease, right here.
Okay.
Just a little bit, like really, really faint. You
I'm
don't
sorry.
need a
What is
whole
it that you're
lot.
doing? What is it that you're using?
Black.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Because you don't
okay.
want it to look black. You want it to look like a really, really
But you
dark
said you're
blue.
using a really thin brush.
Yeah, I'm using this one.
Okay. I was gonna use this one. Oh, okay.
That's
Yours is
fine.
more fluffy.
Yeah, something small,
But something
so that you
fluffier
can.
than what I was using. Okay.
No,
Oh,
something firmer.
but something like this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can be real precise and do just a
So
little
should I
bit.
use black or a darker, like purple blue?
I use black.
Okay.
In fact, I don't always use black. I think for this one, I want to use black. Sometimes if I'm doing a nude look or if I'm doing something a softer color like a pink, I'll do a really dark brown in that space. And I don't blend it. I just put it on really
And
really
where are you
light.
taking it to? About half eye?
Yep, until the
Okay.
white or the lightest part of your eye is over. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I use even less than that.
I'm gonna blend this actually. Just like blend it
Yeah.
along the line, not out or in or anywhere. Okay.
Blend it up into the towards your eyebrow.
Okay.
And then it's time for the scariest part, eyeliner.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing this.
Eyeliner is when it all comes together. So for eyeliner, I have discovered the best product ever in the entire world. And
I love
nobody's
that
ever going to
this
come in.
makeup has made my eyes just a little bit cross-eyed, and I kind of like that.
This is the best makeup product ever for eyeliner. It is the NYX Professional Makeup
Yes.
Epic
You
Ink Liner.
wait. Let me see if I have that. I have the NYX Super Fat Eye Marker.
Oh, I have that one too. But that
I'll
one is
try
really
this one.
hard to
You do
use.
that one. Yeah. So what
So
I don't like about this is that it actually picks up a lot of your makeup and it gets muddy on the marker. But
this one I don't have that problem with. This very
okay,
thin one. So this one is super. Get it off. There we go.
it's
It's
super tough.
super thin.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And for a look like this, because I like the outside and how dark it is, I don't even bother doing a wing. All I do is line my lash line
Okay. Do
so
one
that
so
I
I
have
can
something.
watch, and then I'm gonna follow that.
All right, let me. What do I do with my mirror? Here it is. I start in the inner corner.
Okay. But you said you're not doing a wing. You're just following the lash line.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I stop just a little bit outside of my eyelash of my eye. Um, and I don't make it too thick. It's really thin. And then I keep my eye closed so I don't fuck it up. And I take my fan.
You didn't tell me I had to have a fan.
I just assumed you always had one.
Well, I have a lot of fans,
Oh
just not
god,
that
here we
kind.
go.
And let me tell
And
you, all three of them are watching.
oh good.
We're gonna make ones of twos of nose dollars.
And what I like about this one too is that it dries so quick. Like I can run my finger along my lash line like this.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
So right now, I'm just trying to fill in where it did not to kind of smooth it out. without trying to make it too big.
Yeah,
Did you do
because what
under or just on top?
I do under. I always wait for this one to dry, and then I do
Okay.
the under one.
So where do you do from under?
I start in the
Oh,
corner of
you
my
go all the
eye,
way to the
wherever
corner.
I.
Okay.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Super
So
thin.
do you connect the lines?
I do at the outside of my eye.
Got it. Like, what a difference. Like, when you look at.
Mm-hmm. It's so different with the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right in the way of you seeing.
Okay. I'm going to do the other side now. Actually, and something I found is that, like, while eyeliner is silhouette, if you need to, you can take a brush. I'm kind of filling because I'm having a little trouble filling with this marker.
Now, sometimes, depending on my mood, I will take the eyeliner all over my eyelid,
Mm-hmm.
so that just because it gives a different look.
Right.
Um, with this one, I don't think I need to. I like to think of this, the eyeliner, um, the thickness of my eyeliner is just a little bit thicker than um, my eyelashes, like where I would put my
Right.
eyelashes.
So I'm finding on my eye the first crease of my eyelid is like where it's kind of gone to, which totally works.
Oh god, no, I can't do that in that.
So I like that you just kind of follow the natural lines of your face and your eyes instead of trying to be like way down here and like doing the fill in with the white and the Trixie Mattel, which I love, and it's totally her. Um, but I think it's good to know these your own face before you do that, and your own
Yeah,
lines and your own all that. Yeah,
that looks really really nice.
yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
I can see the shape. So here's what I will say from what I can see what you've done
Uh huh.
is I wouldn't next time I wouldn't go so high.
So high with eyebrows.
No, no, no. Your eyebrows are fine with the shadow itself.
Okay.
With like the light blue, the lightest blue. I wouldn't go so
Mm-hmm.
high, and then I would make whatever you use to cut the crease, like if it's the white or if it's the highlight foundation, whatever it is, I would make
Mm-hmm.
it shorter and more round,
Okay.
and I would use less black um, as you're coming from the corner of your eye out this way, because you want it to be light right here. Like all
Mm-hmm.
of this here should be light, the lightest,
Okay.
right? And it should
Underneath the
gradually,
eyebrow should be the
yeah, it
lightest.
should be the lightest, and
Okay.
then
You
it
know
should
what?
gradually get,
Let me go back in with
it
the
should
white.
gradually get darker, and the darkest point, shouldn't be wide. It should be like just hair thin, right at the end of whatever color you're using, and the crease. That's where it should be the darkest. And then the last thing I do for my eyes is I go in with a whatever brush and I fill in my eyebrows with a powder. Usually my contour or something close to it, something a little bit lighter than
So
my
something I
contour.
think people watching or watch this in the future, people that are learning, um, and want to try things is find people that you trust and that your drag family, like find your drag family that you can trust and talk to and ask for advice, all that good stuff. Um, because I think we have reached this stage in this RuPaul time where everybody thinks throwing shade is funny and everybody should just deal with it. But I think true shade can actually teach as well. And I think it's important that you have family that you can learn from and teach.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Um, and I would say,
So I just went
um,
back in with the white that I did before above or just under the eyebrow for the more dramatic look, and I enjoy it because of the type of drag
I
I
would
do.
take a little bit of light blue and blend those two things together.
The lightest blue.
Just a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
Where the hell is my goddamn brush? And I'm gonna do the same thing that you just did, except I'm not gonna use white. I'm gonna use my highlight color to go
She said,
in
"I'm gonna do
underneath
the
my.
same thing you did, but I'm gonna do it correctly."
That's not what I said. That's what I
You know that's what you
implied,
wanted to
but
say.
that's not what I said.
You know that's what I was thinking. No, I actually no. This totally works. I'm really enjoying this look. It's definitely not my normal look, but I love the sculpture of it because it's very harsh, but it works on me. Yours is a lot softer. Again, I'm doing this brand new. This is not my normal go-to, so
Right.
but
And also,
definitely
please don't think
it's
that,
all about blending.
yeah, and don't think either that, oh shit. Don't think that people whose makeup you like, that they're perfect every single time, all the time.
Also,
Because
if
like,
the people that you like are on Instagram, let me tell you, that shit's filtered from here to the gods.
hmm
Now, one thing that I am a fan of, and I don't know if you are, I like it when people take their cut crease and blend it into the nose because I feel like it gives it that full look,
for
the
me,
flow.
it depends on what colors I'm using. Like this blue, I wouldn't blend it all the way into my nose because
Like I just did.
it would look weird for me. It wouldn't look natural.
Right. And Vivian, and here's the deal. Vivian is very natural. I don't know if you consider yourself a pageant queen. You have done pageants.
I have one pageants, get it corrected.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. You have one pageant. But do you consider that your drag?
Um, no, I don't know. It's hard to say because I like a lot of things that pageant people do. The pageant people, there's a lot of pageant people who do a lot of pageants that I like, and there's things about them that I like,
Uh
but there's
huh.
things about the pageant system that I don't like.
Okay.
And
So
um,
where do you consider your drag? And I don't think that that has to be an actually answerable question. Because I don't think you have to have a type of drag.
Mm-hmm.
Like mine is definitely camp. Like that's what I do. I've always loved camp. That's always been what I've done.
I would say somewhere like between female impersonator,
Mm-hmm.
like and camp and theater, like all of those things are things that I enjoy. You know,
I would
I
say
like the
any time that I have seen you perform or we've been in shows together, there has not, like, if there's a theme or whatever, whether it's horror, camp, like whatever, you go all out with that. Now, I will be editing that out later because I don't like to give you compliments.
right. Well, I would expect
Right.
nothing less.
Right. Okay. Good. Good. I wasn't going to do
Yeah,
eyelashes, but I kind of feel like I have to.
I enjoyed a good theme, and
Yeah.
um,
Yes. You and I
I
are very similar on that.
and I and I just really like taking my spin on a theme.
Mm
Um, you know, and for lack of a better term, putting my stink on it.
hmm. She likes to pee on everything.
Yep,
Put that mark on there.
I gotta put some blush on. I didn't put blush on earlier.
Well, this eye is so dramatic. I don't think I have enough blush on. So, okay, Vivian, who is your
Yep.
favorite drag queen other than yourself in Chicago? Who do you look up to the most?
What'd you say?
Other than yourself, who is your favorite drag queen? Like, who do you look up to the most? And you work at Lips, so you have a lot of queens.
Oh, that's really hard to say. Because I like different things about different people.
Uh huh.
Um, I really, right now, I will say, I really, really love Rough and Stuff, and
Okay.
I really look up to her because I think she is such a professional. She comes in to do a job, and she does it. And not only does she do the job, but she does it well. She is a self-sufficient queen, and she is one of the funniest hosts that I've ever seen. She
This
could
is what.
have her own one-woman show, and people would just
Oh, she
flock to
should.
see her because it would be
This
that
is what
good.
I like about Rough and Stuff, and this might sound shady, and I don't mean it to because I mean this in the highest praise. Is that Rough and Stuff takes skag drag to a whole new level, like a professional level, from what I have seen.
Yeah, and she she will freely admit that she is not a makeup artist. She doesn't have to be. She doesn't
She
have to
doesn't
put
have
on
to
a
be,
bunch of
no.
makeup.
Yeah.
She is fucking funny as hell. And she could banter for 15, 20 minutes while the
Right.
girl's trying to get her outfit together. You
Yep.
know, she is so
I'm gonna put on
smart.
eyelashes.
Oh, I should put on eyelashes. I gotta go use the little ladies' room. I'll be right back.
Okay. I just feel
Feel
like
free to
this
talk about
look,
me
you
while I'm
just need
gone.
to like. Nobody's gonna talk about you. All right. While she's gone, let's talk about her. Look at that terrible wig in the background she's got happening there. So this is what I love about you spend all this time. What would we spend? Almost 2 hours doing our eyes alone. And now I'm going to put on some eyelashes that's going to cover it all up. But, girl, you got to get these eyelashes on because that is the look, mommy. Ugh, eyelashes, right? Now, I am a fan of eyelashes that go up when you open your eyes. So what I have found is placing them right in the crease so that when your eyes open, like your actual crease of your eyebrow or your eye or your eyelid, so they kind of like fold in into your eye and it pushes them up. Right now they're uneven, but because I kind of have smaller eyes and a hooded lid and my eyes like point down, I try and move everything up. So I'm not mad about this look. Okay. Look at that neck. Okay, so anyway, so Vivian, she's the worst person. Oh, hi.
She is. I hate her.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you've even heard of her.
Who?
You can't take that. That's Debbie Fox's thing.
I didn't take it. You said it.
So my favorite thing is that Vivian and I were like, we have shaded each other all week about her being on here, and I was like, I want you to teach me how to do eyebrows and a cut crease. And then she went through this litany of a list talking about all the other things that she could teach me. And I was like, girl, I was racking my brain to think about the things you were good at that you could actually teach me. Yes, I was just saying.
Hold on.
Oh,
I can't find. I'm looking for some fucks to give. About what you said. I can't find any.
Vivian! Oh my God! When did you get here? I didn't even know you were going to be on this show.
Do you see any fucks? I don't see any around here.
Girl, honey, you are searching as hard for those fucks as you are searching for your talent.
I'm sorry. Still looking for some fucks to give. Don't see any. Oh, good. It's the Vivian show. Yay! Oh.
No, I was just telling them how much I really like this look. You put the eyelashes on, though, and it does cover up a lot. But it's still there, and it's cute.
No, it looks really good on you.
I would definitely, you know what, now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna try something really quick. As soon as I get all my crap out. Here we go. Ooh. We're gonna add a little color into that corner. Just for funsies, you know. Good times. The hell did I do with all those fluffy brushes? I literally need an eye brush set that is like nothing but those fluffy brushes, because that's what I use the most.
Yep. Same.
Oh, I threw them on the floor. Great. Awesome. That's what I wanted to do, right?
Yep. So, we were talking earlier about, like, why I do my eyes first. All this blue down here below my eyes, I would wipe away and put my highlight on, because I don't like the way that it makes me look sad, I think.
Not sad. Okay, wait. We talked about your most favorite drag queen.
Yeah.
Or the one that you're watching. Who is your least favorite drag queen? And I want names in Chicago.
My least favorite drag
And
queen.
not me. And not me.
I can't stand her. Oh my gosh. Oh, what, did you get that? Did I get cut off? Did my internet?
Oh. You shouldn't talk about
the
Alexis Bevels like that. She just won Camp Wanakiki 2 years ago.
So here's the thing. I don't like a queen who doesn't have an idea of why they're doing a particular song or number.
Uh-huh.
And it's very obvious when you just put on whatever costume that looks gorgeous, don't get me wrong. It looks gorgeous, but you
Not
get out
always.
there. Yeah. well, most of the time, a lot of girls got some good stuff now, but when there's no story, that's the kind of queen I don't like.
Uh-huh.
I don't like when there's no story. I want to go on a journey with you as a
Yep.
performer.
You
So
and
I
I are
want your hair.
so
I want your
similar.
I want your hair. I want the outfit. I want your body mannerisms. I want the song. I want it all to take me on a journey from beginning
Yep.
to end. Now, that's not to say that every song has to have a gimmick or
No.
every song has to
No.
do all of that, but you should have an idea about that when
Yep.
you step on the stage.
Yep. I agree.
That's my opinion.
You and I have talked because when you're doing my mixes, which, by the way, ladies, gentlemen, and anybody doing performances, Vivian is amazing at mixes. So if you are looking for someone to hire to do that for you, you should consider that because I have told her like she is becoming exclusively my mix queen because
Coming to the
um
stage, Mix Queen.
yes, mix queen. Because she understands. Her and I are very similar when it comes to aesthetic, when it comes to storylines and stuff like that. And this is, I always say that the first queens that I will hire for a show are my theater queens because they understand how to entertain. They're not out there just for themselves. And that includes anybody like burlesque queens, burlesque kings, anybody. Like, girl, I want to see a story. I want you to entertain me. I don't care if your makeup is for shit, if your look is for shit. If you come out and you own it, and
Or
you're
like
taking me on a
have
story
an
and you're
idea.
making me laugh, I'm all about it.
What does the song mean, right?
Right,
As
right.
a as an entertainer and as an artist, it's your job to interpret because you didn't write the song.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
your job to
mm-hmm,
interpret that song in your own way for
mm-hmm.
the audience. And that's
Yep,
what we do as musicians. Like that's my job as a musician is to take something that was written, 100, 200, 300, 400 years ago and interpret it in my
yep.
own way and convey that to the audience. And as a drag artist, I think that's what we should be doing.
I agree. If you're gonna do a mix, there should be a storyline behind it, and it doesn't necessarily have to be obvious. It doesn't have to be something that the audience necessarily notices maybe right away, but it should be something that speaks to you and that tells a story for you.
I think there's a fine line between that too, because I also think that you have to you have to know your audience wherever you're performing at, and not only do you have to know your audience, but you have to be able to connect with the audience.
Yep.
So you have to be able to do something that is relatable, that's a
Yes.
story for you,
Yes.
and that's entertaining. And that is not an easy thing to do.
You do like writing on what you just said. You have to know your audience. If you don't know your audience, they're not going to know you. And that took me a little bit to learn, especially like uh, the first time I went to Hamburger Mary's. I did something. Vivian and I grew up at the Call, which is very much uh, theater based and storyline based, and that's where we learned a lot of what we do and what we were encouraged to do. And then going to new places, you expect the same, I don't know, intelligence from an audience. That's not the right word because that's really offensive. But there are audiences that just kind of want the same thing. They want death drops. They want top 40, and they don't want to have to think. And that's not normally what we do. However, when you're going to pay me that money, honey, and you're going to tip me that dollar bills, which, by the way, Venmo at the bottom of our screen, feel free, all four of you watching, to tip us. Um, I will do my best to give you what you want.
I think there's always a balance,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there is an easy no, easy is not the right word. There is a balance that can happen
Mm-hmm.
between, you know, You may love some avant-garde, nobody's ever heard of this group, nobody's ever heard this song before, but if you can make it relatable, I think that I've seen plenty of queens do songs that I'd never heard of, and I was like, oh my god, that was the best thing I've ever seen. Perfect
Yes.
example. Here's a perfect example. Years ago, we had a queen who was in our family who is now since passed on, um, Trixie Aquadesiac,
Mm-hmm.
and she was relatively new as Muffy and I were like really establishing ourselves in the
Yes.
community and at the call and things like that. And we kept telling her like, you need to find something that really speaks to you. Stop doing things that you think people want to hear and do things that you really like. And she came out one day and did this number. It was this Celtic number, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. But when I tell you, I was speechless when she did this number. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen her do. It was fantastic. And
Mm-hmm.
she had found her voice. Just like an actor or a singer or a musician has to find their voice, you as
Mm-hmm.
a entertainer, as a female impersonating entertainer or drag queen, whatever you want to call it, you have to find your voice. If you don't find your voice, because my interpretation of a song might be different than Muffy's interpretation of the same
Right.
song. That doesn't make one better or worse. It just means that
Right.
we have a different worldview, and we want to convey that worldview to whoever's watching.
It's about, and this is what I always like. I've had when we went to Toledo, Ohio, and we were doing their Pride show. We had a lot of queens come up, and they were asking us, like young queens or people that were just wanting to start out and be queens, asking us for tips and where they should start. And my first thing that I always tell people and tell early performers is find your character,
Yep.
because um you have to base all of your decisions early on off what that character is. And I think that's intimidating to people because they don't want to pigeonhole themselves. But I think finding freedom in those confines is actually something that I don't know where I'm going with this. I just kept rambling.
Well, I think
I love your eye makeup so much right now. It's very 1920s, very early film star right now. It's great.
well, I think that's only because I have this my what does Peter Griffin call it? My old actress
Wait, do I have a?
turban and robe
Oh
on.
wait, I have a wig up here. Hold on, we're gonna.
I also
Hold
have a
on, I'm
wig
gonna.
right here behind me.
Hold on, I'm gonna throw this on.
I'm gonna put my wig on too.
Ah, why do I tangle it in these hangers? No wire hangers ever. All right, there we go. All right, here we go.
Girl, I
Ah,
am the only church lady.
okay, yes, bitch. Hold on a second. Uh, uh, oh, oh wait, I'm liking this. Look at this. It's like pink.
So this is the first wig that I styled in years.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Okay, there we go.
I said this is the first wig that I've actually styled in years, and I am
I love
so
that.
happy
That's
with it.
awesome.
I need to bump it up a little bit in the back, but I love this big old hair.
Oh, done.
Yep, you don't wear your wig backwards.
Let's wear our wigs backwards.
Girl, my hair can't even fit in the screen right now. This hair and this look makes me want to go, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished judges. I am
Yes,
your
bitch.
contestant number 3 for whatever pageant, Miss Vivian DeJour.
And I like it this way too.
Mm-hmm. Your hair dye looks good from last week still.
Girl, I'm about to ready like re-dye it tonight. I have so much green.
You can dye the whole thing green.
No, I'm actually gonna cut my hair tonight. Wait.
God damn it, I'm pretty.
Oh, it's so 1990s. Wait, hold on. Look at me, I'm Winona Ryder, Reality Bites. Just gotta have that little breath.
Cheers.
So I ended up adding yellow in there, and I really like the difference.
You should the next time if you want it to be brighter, you don't have to add yellow. Just put more of the white.
Mm-hmm.
Because that'll bring out because really what makes it good is the difference between this color here and the crease. That's what really
Okay.
gives you the definition. So
Okay.
like how because you can see the difference in your eye between the yellow and the blue. That's why it looks so good. That's why the cut crease is there. You want to make that line really sharp, and then add whatever. You can make it whatever color you want.
And then just keep blending at the edges.
Yes. I'm gonna take. Wait a minute. I need a dress. I need a dress.
She's getting all made up to go
Wait a minute. I'm
nowhere.
gonna. Oh, wait a minute now. Hold on.
Oh God. She's wandering.
This is my traveling coat.
I really enjoyed this look. Thank you so much. And it only took you 2 hours to teach me how to do this.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have slow students, so.
Well, you wanted me to use my index finger, and I gave you my big toe.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right, girl. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody that stuck around. All three of
Yeah. I
you.
hope you all
Um,
enjoyed.
yes, and I hope that people will watch this and learn some stuff. And I gotta go. I need a hall pass because I gotta pee.
And I need to take this off my face so I can eat some dinner.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Vivian DeJour. Be sure to check her out on her Facebook and her Instagram. She's got all sorts of looks that you can learn from. So check it out. And thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.